You were smiling after that first pass, or the second pass.
Yeah, that was really good. So it was about a point higher on moisture.
Point higher moisture.
8.5 bushel better.
Oh, what a stressful list of events that have happened over the past, I don't know, couple of weeks. Anyways, soybeans are all out. We're on to corn now, and of course we have my 643 corn head, which I rebuilt here on the channel. I've done a little bit of work to it off camera, not much. And we're gonna start taking out my cornfield today. We also have 2 trials in this field, not only a seed trial, but a Novonesis Torque trial, so that'll be really fun. It's gonna take a while, because at the current moment, I don't have a truck, I just got my wagon. It goes 18 miles per hour, it's a really long drive, and I will get a truck here later, but I don't have any help, so. It's gonna be one, and it's super windy. And my neighbor, who has a 7720 Titan II, it started on fire the other day, and I'm afraid I'm gonna wreck my cornfield with fire. Welcome to the video. So this field is Whiffle's 5086, except for the trial, obviously. And this has been a very surprising hybrid over the past few years. It's one of those hybrids that you go into the field and you look at all the ears and you're like, and then you start combining it and you're like, oh, okay. And I know last year too was the same thing. We got in the field, we looked at these ears, like, yeah, and these aren't the most impressive things in the world, and it ended up being one of our better fields. So I did a yield estimate earlier in the year. It was estimated to be 278. We're not gonna hit that. That was before an overnight 8-inch rain and before the southern rust came in and took over. I did spray fungicide on this field, but southern rust still came and did a number. And it's really dry too. It's like 16%. So we lost a couple bushels to moisture as well. So we'll see. I'm hoping for 220 to 250. I think that'd be a realistic expectation, but I don't know. We'll see here. This is actually one of the better ears I pulled. So my first task is gonna be to clear out the endrows enough so I can get a truck and a wagon in here. This wagon ain't gonna go very long because should be some pretty good corn. It's a 600 bushel wagon, but it's only being pulled by 4230, so it's more like a 400 bushel wagon, because if I fill it up all the way, I can't pull it, which is an issue. So I'm just gonna take some endrows out, hopefully get enough out I can pull a truck in and turn around, because I should be getting a truck here in a couple hours. And also, I mean, it sounds like a war zone in this combine. It's constant clanging and banging. Apparently that's normal in corn. I thought something was majorly wrong, and I posted a video on one of my forums, and everyone's like, no, it's just the way they are. Like, okay. That's probably enough for now. You can see all the green in here from my cover crop. Now that's the cabbage that we're seeing mostly. There's some ryegrass and cabbage and something else and something else. I don't remember what's all in here, to be honest. It's weird seeing this much green though after I combine. Turned around facing the road, probably the best way to do it. Got a little bit there in the wagon. I should probably see how many acres I've done. Let's see, 1.66 acres so far. So when I weigh it, I can determine what my end rows are yielding. Probably not great, because there was a large area here that was basically drowned out. But the yield monitor is showing 220, 230 a fair amount when I was going up and down the end rows a little bit, so we'll see. You can tell I'm a good way through harvest because my hair is insanely long. Okay, this is quite a bit. I'm guessing there's 350, 400 bushels on there. I could probably put a little bit more on, but I also noticed that chain was loose on my corn head. So I just wanted to get enough in here to make it worth my while. And then I'll bring the tool truck back and hopefully I can get a truck here in a bit. I also forgot to take my allergy meds. Okay, so I'm gonna put this across our truck scale. Now the truck scale is designed for trucks, not wagons. My wagon is actually wider than a truck, so I have about that much room on each side of the tire to get this on the scale, and it's actually incredibly hard. I don't think I've ever done it absolutely perfectly. And then also, because of the truck scale, we gotta weigh twice because it's a small scale, and you gotta put the front axles and the rear axles. So I gotta get the tractor on, get out, run, tap the card on the thing, get back in, wait till the light turns green, go forward, put the wagon on. It's quite a process. Camera's facing the wrong way, but let's open the door now. Just right. It's incredibly hard. I think I'm actually doing okay. Nope, I'm off. How do I get off so bad? $35,840. Yeah, these wagons are impossible. Impossible to get across this tiny little scale. I was so far off. Go around again, I guess. So here's the scale. It works really well, but it's not a full-length scale. It's really short. So what we do is we pull the truck, typically of semi-trucks, we pull the truck on, we scan our card on that little blue thing right there. That light turns green, and when the light turns green, you pull ahead, and then you put the rear axle or the trailer on the scale, and then so you basically have to weigh twice for every truck, and it's fine, it works good. But this wagon, it makes it incredibly hard because first of all, the wagon's wider than the truck and the truck barely fits on there the way it is. And then the tractor's short enough, the tractor wagon's short enough, I gotta get out of the tractor and run up and scan the card. So it's not ideal, but it does work. Let's see what the difference was. Yeah, look at that. Without all the weight, without all the trailer on the scale, 35,840. With the whole trailer on the scale, 38,500. That's significant weight difference. But in definitely the worst part of the field by far, that was 348 and a half bushels. I've done 1.66 acres, and that is 210 bushels per acre. And there was probably a quarter to half an acre that had zero yield there. So I'm happy with that. So I took 2 moisture samples out. The first one was 16.9, the second one was 16.8, which I was actually hoping for a little bit drier because I do not want to have to dry this corn, and that corn needs to be dried. So it just doesn't make sense for me to spend money on drying when corn has a 3 in front of it. So this actually might work out in terms for me, because my dad and my brother are going to go start taking the organic out, and I should probably help them. So it might be best if I just hold off for a little bit, wait a day, wait for it to dry down another 3/4 of a point to a point, and then I can bin it directly because I can't dump my conventional at the same time we're dumping the organic, because then we would have contaminated organic, and we don't want that. So I might just put my wagon off to the side for now. We can sit a day or two, which really shouldn't hurt anything. And yeah, I will see you in a couple days. Welcome back. Wow, let's see, look at this. Look at these full cobs come out the back of the combine with no kernels on them. Fantastic. Anyways, just as windy as it was the other day, but I did get quite a few of the end rows off. Not a ton, just some end rows. But according to the scale tickets, not the yield monitor, the scale tickets, with just the end rows, I'm averaging 225 right now, which this spot in the end rows right here basically yielded 0. Back by the trees over there basically yielded 0. So all considering, I'm pretty happy with 225 on just the end rows, because there's quite a few of these end rows that just do not produce. So unless for some reason we run into a disaster in the middle, it should only go up from here. So now I got my agronomist here with the weigh wagon, and we are starting the test plot. So we got a seed one and a Novonesis one. So we got the first one going in. Basically every single one's gonna be weighed, and then he's gonna take a moisture sample of each one as well, so that way he can adjust the yield to 15% moisture for every single one. And that way you get a fair and even comparison. And then he will publish this in his findings for corn on corn varieties for all his customers. So it's kind of one of those things where it helps everyone a little bit, right? It helps the seed companies, helps him and his customers, helps me out, helps other farmers out. That's why we do this. So it's a pretty good system that we got going here. So I got 6 rows of each variety, so I combine out 6 rows, and then I dump into his wagon, and then while he's calculating the yield and moisture, I go and start taking out the other 6 rows. And it's working pretty good. By the time I get about halfway down the field, he's done dumping and ready for me to come back. So far I've taken out about half the varieties, I'd say, and I only know the official yield of the first one, and it was 250 even, so we'll see what happens. So we're back here with Tyler from Novonesis. So you guys previously saw we did the ratchet trial with the soybeans, and even though we had a pretty stress-free year, we did see a slight yield bump.
Yep.
So now we're in the corn, where I applied Torque via side dress. So is the idea of Torque kind of the same as ratchet, or?
Yep, it's a very similar product, stress mitigation. Obviously, point of application and timing of application.
Yep.
It's going after different stresses. And again, like we saw on the root digs, not a lot of early season stress. Did see a slight difference on the root, so I think we'll see a slight difference when it comes to yield, but we'll see what it brings.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I did this with side dressing. I know lots of times you guys recommend doing it in furrow.
Yep.
So I hope to be able to do this in furrow next year, as I am putting in furrow my planter. I think that may be a little bit better than side dressing, but.
Yep, so we recommend it's labeled both ways. Depending on season of stress, we sometimes see a little bit more yield bump with side dress if it's later okay. Spring stress. Sometimes in furrow if it's really right after you plant that it gets cold or wet.
Okay, so this flag is the middle of 24 rows of non-applied. Mm-hmm. And then, so I'll do 6 rows here, and I'll come around the outside edge and do 6 rows. Now, one of these passes I did right after I dumped it in, and one was after I had done a little bit. So I might take 3 strips out just to see if there's a difference between, just in case on one strip it didn't get mixed in very well or something.
Yep.
But how do you want to?
Sometimes it takes a little bit to get through the lines.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yep. So I don't remember which side it was. So I'll just take 3 strips out. But I don't know, do you want to walk through the corn at all, or is there really not much to look at, or?
Oh, we can grab a couple cobs out of each.
Yeah.
On the board to see if we see a difference.
Okay. I'll go grab a couple cobs out of the applied. This is untreated here, yep.
I'll just do like 4.
4? Okay. Well, I don't want to be judgmental, so I'm just going to grab 1. Close my eyes, close my eyes, close my eyes. Grab an ear. 2. I dropped it. Close my eyes. Grab an ear. 3. And 4. This is how I be non-judgmental. I just pulled the whole plant out.
I got out surprised.
Yeah, it's the one thing about this field I've kind of been amazed by is, I mean, it's other than the trial, it's all the same hybrid.
Yep.
Anywhere from 15.2 to like 16.8. It kind of depends on where you are in the field.
It's in the teeth spread. I mean, this field does have some rolling hills.
Yep. This is only a 40, but I think it's our most diverse field in terms of elevation soil type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely looks like it going throughout.
Do you like my cover crops that are out there?
Good.
Yeah.
Especially on the planter starts. Yeah,
I'm about to say where the planter wasn't running. At first I thought they were weeds. I was looking at them like, there's no seed. This is a 5 foot tall cabbage plant.
Did you fly them on a plane or a drone?
Drone. Yeah, we're gonna do it over here. That'll work. So I literally went through, I closed my eyes and reached my hand out and grabbed 4.
That's pretty much what I did. I got 100 feet in and went rip, took 10 more steps, rip. It's the most unbiased way to do it, I think, when it comes to this time of year.
Look fairly similar.
Look pretty similar, I would say.
This one's maybe kind of grabbed a dud there.
The other side of it looks normal.
Yeah.
Snap a picture of it.
What's amazing about this 5086 is like these ears do not look impressive, and I've never planted 5086 and walked into the field and went, wow, this looks amazing. But they fill out.
Don't have much tip back.
All the way to the top, every single one. And the kernels are pretty massive too. Well, I might get
16 around.
If you want to maybe look at these a little bit, I'm gonna get started harvesting, so don't keep Stephen waiting.
Yep, perfect.
But
certainly dry. Well, yeah, I'll take some pictures here and count some of these, and then I'll drive back over there.
Perfect. Whoops. I'm getting off. There we go. So I've already done the no torque pass. This is one of the passes with torque. Now I kind of explained it earlier, but so when I was side dressing this field, I came out here, I just put straight 32% in my rig, made one pass, and then I got to this end of the field and I dumped the torque in, and then I made a pass right next to where I had been, and then I kind of did a bunch before I came back into the pass on the other side. Now I wasn't really thinking about it much at the time, but problem that can create is it takes a while for that torque to maybe get mixed in and then get through all the lines and stuff. So I just want to do a pass on both sides of the non-applied, because I'm guessing there's going to be one side that maybe half the pass didn't get the full rate, and that's not fair to Novonesis. So we're going to get one from each side and take the higher side. I just think that's the fair way to do it. You were smiling after that first pass, or the second pass. Yeah,
that was really good. So it was about a point higher on moisture.
Point higher moisture.
8.5 bushel better.
Oh, 8. Wow. What is this one?
This one's a little bit lighter.
A little bit lighter. I think that first pass, or the first pass I made of treated, was after I had
it all in the system.
Had it all in the system. This pass, I'm pretty sure I just dumped it in and turned around and went back. So I'm guessing a third of the pass probably didn't get
that would make
treated.
Sense with the weight we're seeing.
Yeah. That's why I did 3 passes, because it was only fair to you guys. But
even looking at the moisture off that one, that was probably mostly untreated.
Okay. That is nuts.
Yeah, that was really good. Really good.
I was not expecting that.
No, I mean with the lack of stresses, it's good to see that we still see that response with the lack of stresses. And that was even higher. On average, we see about a little over 6 bushel difference with torque. So this even beat that.
Wow. That paid for a good portion of my side dress applicator. Yeah,
and that's what we like to see, just a consistent win rate and consistent ROI for the growers.
Yeah, that is awesome. And you said that when you were looking at the kernels, you thought the kernel depth was quite a bit deeper?
Yeah, kernel depth seemed a lot deeper. A little deeper and a lot more consistent than the untreated check.
Well, that will for sure be in my plan for next year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome to see a result like that.
Yeah. What do you think, Stefan?
Worked.
There we go.
Very unbiased opinion there.
Yeah. Stefan, first of all, I want to appreciate everything you've done for me this year and UAT in general. You did not have to come out here and do the Novonesis stuff or anything, so.
But it worked, so
yeah.
You gotta do these trials for us. So.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks
Sweet.
for doing a corn plot. So
Yeah.
Great data.
Yeah, I got to show them what the corn plot did. So, what's our highest?
The highest would be this Whiffles right here.
Whiffles 4487.
Yep. Second place would be
The Pioneer 0185.
Yep. Third place would be this
DeKalb.
And then fourth would probably be this Whiffles.
That Whiffles. Okay.
So.
That and I can once you get the graph made, I can maybe post that picture of that too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But that DeKalb, that was kind of impressive when I was combining it, except for the fact that it was so fluffy. So I'm kind of sick. I couldn't get it through the head.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the older head definitely didn't help either, but that did not want to feed worth crap.
Yeah. Well, it yielded, but
it yielded, but
very well.
Yeah.
So average of 237.8. So pretty good, I think, results.
Okay, perfect.
For some trials.
What did the 5086 do at the very end?
Yeah,
244.
So
Okay.
A little bit above average.
Yep. I think the field. I gotta do the math when I get back. Get all the scale tickets, but I'm guessing I'll average around 240. Which for corn on corn.
With a double.
What?
With a double only, no smart stack.
Yep. Double only, no smart stack.
Yep.
I think I'm pretty happy with that.
That's very impressive. Yeah.
Especially for the fact that Southern Rust hit pretty hard, pretty late.
Yeah, and tar spot too. You can see all the leaves here when you're walking around.
There's tar spot on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, no, I'm very happy with this. A lot happier with this than I am. I was kind of disappointed in my soybean fields. 67 Leonard, 65 Shock. I was expecting a little bit better, but
sure. It helps when you go. They were over the 9% when we got it.
Yeah.
A little better.
Yeah.
That takes away some yield.
It does. It does. Yep.
But it's impossible though. It's very hard to manage.
No, then I had a tire blow. I lost a day when a tire blew, and then I had a water pump go out, and I lost another day. So if those things didn't happen, it probably would have taken out at 11%. But
it was a learning year.
Yeah, it was. I knew it wasn't. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be a flawless harvest by any means, but
the price is right.
The price is right. My $1,700 corn head has made it through 40 acres. So.
Not bad at all.
No. Well, I appreciate it, Stefan.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for doing this. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
That blew my mind.
Yeah,
That's definitely,
we're excited to see that.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be telling my family and neighbors about that. Definitely putting that in my plan for next year.
Yeah. So I can send you some pictures of that board.
Yeah.
If you want to take a look.
Yeah, let's go take a look at some kernels.
So this side would be the torque applied.
Yep.
This side would be untreated.
Okay.
So you can see, I mean, what I'm seeing is very consistent kernel depth. That one's a little less than the rest. These two end ones are pretty good. On the untreated, this is good. This one's not.
Yeah.
This one's pretty average.
Yeah. Here, hold that up next to one of the applied ones. Yeah. There's a third longer, at least.
And we did see on the moisture reading that it does hold about a percent higher, which obviously this corn dried down pretty quick. I think that percent higher is definitely good.
Yeah. No, I mean having the 2 weeks of 80 degrees in late September, early October, definitely. I mean, my family, dad and brother, they were harvesting some 14-15% stuff not that long ago. So it's definitely, and yeah, I mean, there's some of the people that didn't get their soybeans out right away were harvesting 7% soybeans at the end. So it's.
Yeah, we did see same test weight on treated and untreated.
Okay, so test weight stayed the same, gained a percent of moisture.
Yep.
And gained, what, 8 bushels of yield? 8.5? 8.5. 8.5. That's insane.
Very good. And like we said, even if we had a stress year, then you would have seen a bigger difference. Yeah. So with blackest stresses and still seeing 8.5, very good.
I mean, this is basically the same story as the soybean field. The only stress of this, the whole year, this field just looked fantastic. I think it was late August. There was one night where we woke up the next morning and we had everyone's rain gauge had 8 inches in it. And it came down in a very short amount of time. It wasn't raining when I went to bed, and it wasn't raining when I woke up.
Yeah, so one quick flash rain.
One quick flash, 8 inches.
That can can be hard for a field to drain that off.
Yeah, and this is typically a field that drowns out, but it must have, I mean, I didn't really notice any difference in the lower parts, but no, I'm definitely putting some in furrow next year. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe next year I could try some like in furrow versus side dress, or I don't know. Yeah. My interest level has shot up.
That's good to hear.
So
yeah, we can do in furrow versus side dress versus both.
Yep.
See what we see on those.
Well, sweet.
I'm very happy with those results.
Yeah, I am too. Well, thank you very much, Tyler. If they want to learn more about it, probably just go to the Novonesis website.
Yep, Novonesis website has info, and it also has all of our territory sales manager
Perfect,
contacts.
yeah. I'll have that link in the description. So
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so I got my fiance with me. It just got done raining a little bit, but not much, not enough to slow us down. So I'm gonna fly the drone, and I'm gonna have her attempt to drive the combine. So we need to switch spots. Let's have you sit as center as you possibly can, because it is a heck of a lot easier. Is that comfortable?
More comfortable than that.
Okay. Let me get the drone up. So first step, push this yellow lever all the way ahead.
I don't have to my phone.
Nope. Nothing even works down there. Brakes don't work, so just the yellow lever all the way ahead. All the way. There you go. Okay, now you pull that little yellow, pull that out. There you go. Now down here, this little red lever, all the way forward. Okay. Now, this is your header height. Push this down until the snouts are, I don't know, 8 inches off the ground. Keep going, right there. That's good. And a little further, No, further. There you go. Okay, now you're gonna push. So you're gonna pull this in. Oh no, never mind, it's out. You're gonna push this forward until that little thing right there is about on the floor. And then you gotta steer and keep yourself on the road. So it's forward, stop. Okay? You got this. I believe in you.
Go now?
Yeah, go.
Does it stay there? Or?
Yep, it'll stay there. Next we have you go a tap in faster. Okay, hold it there. Yep, that's good.
I think I'm too short.
When we get through all the corn, that black lever on the right hand side, pull it back.
This one?
Yep, pull it back. Now start turning that way. You're gonna make a big loop. All right, that's way too, yeah, okay. Start turning. Okay, whoa, not that sharp. You kinda gotta make a big old light bulb loop. Like a big old light bulb, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay, now you gotta line up.
Can I slow down?
Yeah, you can slow down. So like this snout, you want that in that first gap. So this snout in that first gap. Nope, yep, okay. Now you can stop. Back up a little bit. Pull that lever back.
This one back?
Yep, I had to push it in. Now pull it back. All right, now you can push it up so you can stop again. Now I put the head down.
This one there?
Yes, that one. That's up. A little further. We're gonna have it, okay, right there.
That's good?
Yep, now a little bit past that 4 when you push forward.
In 2, right? Or just up?
Just up. There you go. One thing my dad always taught me with in corn is you want little movements of the steering wheel. No big ones, just little ones. There you go. Look at that.
Boots drag low through the ashes of sin. Steel strings moan like a rusted wind. Whiskey has no life behind. A six-string curse and a twisted mind. Gravel tongue in a soul gone black. Notes been slow, never coming back. Each slide bleeds like a knife in flame. The bottle knows but won't speak my name. On the chords I played, every line's a scar I scream. This road don't end and dust ain't never clean. Dead man humming through a crooked tune. Shadow grinning at the bloodstained moon. My voice breaks on a lonesome cry. The strings still burn, but I can't die. I ain't clean, I ain't safe. Rattling chains on the chords I played. Every line's a scar I scream. This road don't end and dust ain't never clean.
So that went well. I knew I had to start training in eventually because sooner or later I'd like you to do a lot of the combining and I'd just truck. We'd be a lot more efficient. Okay.
You can just look around the corners.
So here's something I want you guys to check out that I think is pretty cool. I didn't even think this would work. I just decided to randomly attempt it. But I am auto steering with my ATU 300 in corn. I have no roast end feelers, no nothing. This is just straight track auto steer. Let me change this over. Right there we go. And I'm using the AgriGPS CRG up there, and this field was also planted with an AgriGPS CRG. So, you know, I've been a dealer for a few years now. A lot of you guys that watch are customers of mine, which is great, but I still get those people who are skeptical. And the cool thing about what I do is, because I'm kind of a nerd, I try crazy things that should never work, and they work. And with the CRG, that's pretty cool. Now, this was planted with a mounted planter. That does make a difference. I don't care what kind of GPS you use, what tractor you use, whatever, a mounted planter will plant straighter than a pull behind. But still, like, that's pretty incredible that I can do that. Well, I got two rounds left. Like a round and a half left. And my auger stopped turning. I think it's that side that turns the auger. I don't know if it's just plugged or if a chain broke loose. Well, that chain's still on there. It does seem extremely loose though. What about this chain? Is this chain still on here? That chain's still on there. What's going on? My chain did break. Right there. The sad part is that was a brand new chain too. I wonder what caused it to break. Whether it was head just being plugged or if I got a bearing going out. I might, after this fall, I might just replace all the shaft bearings. Just get it done. I did one prior to harvest that I knew was bad, but now the question is, do I need a whole new chain or can I just replace? Did just one end link break? It's so hard to tell. I think just one broke. I think if I just get a new end link, I think I can reuse the chain. Now obviously I'll need a wrench too to loosen the tensioner, but oh, I broke that too. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Now, John Deere forgot to bill me for my chain last time, which means I got a free chain, but they couldn't make me a new one because they didn't know how many links it was. So I really hope that the chain doesn't break, but I do have the linkages and the connecting link and the half link to get this old one, because I can't tip it upside down yet, back together. There we go. Now I can tip it upside down. This is all packed full of junk too. I think there's supposed to be covers on all this, but I don't have any. So. Oh, this should be so simple. I gotta loosen this in order to get that in. What bothers me is I took a 40-year-old looking chain off and put a brand new one on, and why did the brand new one break? Okay, let's get that tightened, I guess. Okay, so I took a fair amount of pressure off the auger. I should engage it at idle, but I'm going to engage it a little higher because there's going to be a lot of corn running through the combine. And go! Hey! We've got a spinning auger. Look at that. Couldn't finish a farm. Chain broke again. I think this one actually might be my fault because I forgot to tighten this chain back up. Luckily this one actually didn't break, it just fell apart linkage. So I can take this back up to the truck. Oh, and then all the parts fell in the tray here. So I can take this one back up to the truck. I can tighten this down and then try again. I'm just glad that it wasn't that same chain again. I forgot to record the last pass, but I am done with corn. What's today? Is it the 7th or 8th? Today might be the 7th, I think, of October. I don't remember. Anyways, the head held together for the last few passes. Combine did great. Now I just need to go figure out what I yielded. Average. I'm going to guess 240. I don't know for sure yet. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, video editing Carson here. I realized that I did not tell you guys what this, what any of my fields actually officially yielded. So, the first soybean field did 65, second one did 67, which I was hoping for a little bit higher yield on both the soybean fields. But looking back, there's definitely a couple mistakes that I made. I really should have applied fungicide. I didn't. The soybeans were getting so tall, and I couldn't get my sprayer through it anymore. And I didn't really want to hire a plane or a drone to put it on, but seeing what it did to everyone else's yields, I definitely would have gained 3-4 bushels, which would have paid for it pretty easily. So I should have done that. Could have changed a couple of the ways that I planted, definitely, for sure. So learning experience, I'm still not, 65 and 67 bushels per acre is still very good. I'm not complaining, but I'm learning some stuff for next year, for sure. And then corn did 243, but after we adjusted for shrinkage down to 15% moisture, it was like 240.4 or something like that, really close. So I hit my 240 bushels per acre mark, which I'm very, very happy about with a corn on corn field that historically is not one that I would have ever done corn on corn before, but just kind of the way the year worked out, it ended up being corn on corn. That's with cover crops in it. And that was, 5086 is not a smart stack variety. So I'm very happy with the way everything went. Thank you guys for watching. And of course, I will see you in the next one.